These are some frequently asked questions about the judicial review of California regulations. So first, what provisions of California state apply to the judicial review of regulations? In California Government Code Section 11350, it provides that any interested person may obtain a judicial declaration regarding the validity of any regulation or an order of repeal of a regulation by their bringing an action for declaratory relief in Superior Court in accordance with the California Code of Civil Procedure. Must an interested person exhaust their administrative remedies before bringing a civil action? The answer is no. The right to judicial determination is not affected by the failure to petition or to seek reconsideration of a petition before the agency adopting the regulation or the order of repeal. How can a regulation or order of repeal be ruled invalid? The regulation or order of repeal may be declared to be invalid for a substantial failure to comply with the APA, the Administrative Procedure Act, or in the case of an emergency regulation or order of repeal, upon the ground that the facts recited in the finding of emergency do not constitute an actual emergency. What are the two grounds for invalidating a regulation in this state? Well, a regulation or order of repeal may be declared invalid if either of the following exists. One, the agency's determination that the regulation is reasonably necessary to effectuate the purpose of the statute, the court decision, or other provision of law that is being implemented, interpreted, or made specific by the regulation is not supported by substantial evidence. Or second, the agency declaration is in conflict with substantial evidence found in the record. Next, is a court limited in considering certain evidence? In a proceeding, a court may only consider the following evidence. One, the rulemaking file that was prepared by the adopting agency. Two, the finding of emergency prepared by the adopting agency. Three, an item that is required to be included in the rulemaking file, but is not included in the rulemaking file for the sole purpose of proving its actual omission from the rulemaking file. Or fourth, any evidence that's relevant to whether a regulation used by an agency is required to be adopted under the Administrative Procedure Act. What does Government Code Section 11350.3 provide? This code section specifies that any interested person may obtain a judicial declaration regarding the validity of a regulation or an order of repeal, which the OAL has actually disapproved, or of a regulation that has been ordered repeal by bringing an action for declaratory relief in Superior Court. On what basis would a court validate a regulation? A court may declare the regulation valid if it determines that the regulation meets the standards set forth in the APA and that the agency has complied with the APA itself. Now, if the court determines this, it may order the OAL to immediately file the regulation with the Secretary of State as having been properly adopted.